Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Darash Israel. Um, I said that I would be coming back, of course, to continue my daily diary, video diary. Um, Today is day 2. Uh, Today is also another good day. I came to, of course, ground and meditate and focus on a few things. Trying to stay positive and now not allow any distractions in my life at the moment right now. So far, so good. Um, Today, I wanted to continue talking to you all about my 4 babies that I said I have. I talked to you all about the oldest yesterday and how very proud I am of him and how I was very young, 15 to be exact, when I birthed him. My second child, female. Uh, that child came 4.5 years later, 2 weeks before my 20th birthday. That child is amazing. She is very, very strong in personality and character. Um, that child, she reminds me a lot of myself in terms of taking care of business, in terms of being focused on, when she's got her mind set on something, she's definitely going for it, not allowing anything to stop her. Um, yeah, she is 18 years old right now. She'll be 19 soon. Um, she she's an amazing child. She has gone through a lot in her only 19 almost years. She has also overcame a lot. I'm very proud of her. She has made a major transformation in her life over the past year. She used to be a bit of a problem child, and when I say problem child, I don't necessarily mean, black sheep, always getting into trouble type stuff. What I mean is more of acting out in anger and frustration, because of holding things in and not knowing what to do with the emotions that she was feeling. And so, yeah, of course, caused a lot of drama for me, issues, blah, 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 blah. Either way it goes, today she has flourished. Today she is amazing. Today she has made a major transformation, a complete 360. She's gone from being angry, frustrated, disobedient, disrespectful, to being humble. Yeah, to being humble, to being respectful, to being obedient, to being helpful, to being responsible. She's learned from a lot of her mistakes, and I'm very, very proud of her. Yeah, she's had to learn the hard way, but a lot of us do and have to, unfortunately. Sometimes, we're bullheaded, can't nobody tell us nothing, and that's where I say that she reminds me a lot of myself. I too was very bullheaded and, had put myself through unnecessary situations. Of course, not being aware, thinking I know all the answers. Anyways, yeah, so I had her at 19, like I said, 2 weeks before I turned 20. So now here I am with 2 children, and at that time life was still really amazing, still good. Of course, a little harder because now I've got 2 others to provide for, not just one. But still going well. And then, let's see, 3 years later, I ended up becoming pregnant with my 3rd boy. Not 3rd son, 2nd son, 3rd child, who is a boy. My children were boy, girl, boy, girl. Well, if I'm being honest, I'd become pregnant 5 times, so my children are technically boy, girl, girl, boy, girl. But of course, we'll get over into that later on as you all continue to get to know me. Um, but back to the story. So yeah, along comes my third, who happened to be a boy, and my pregnancy with him was very, very different on so many different levels in so many different ways. Um, but yet amazing and really exciting. Bit difficult, but he was strong. I was, of course, a nervous wreck, fearful, mainly because I had just lost a child before becoming pregnant with him. So, just afraid of whether or not my body was going to be strong enough to carry this child. But he was amazingly strong. He had made it all the way to 6 months. Yeah, 6.5 months of me being pregnant with him. And I found out, of course, at 6 months that he was a boy. So I started picking out names, and I ended up overhearing a name that at that time wasn't a very common name, at least not amongst our community, our culture. And so, but I liked it. It rang a bell. So I looked it up, and I found out what it meant. It meant strong and firm. And when I thought about my baby and how he still had a strong heartbeat, and how he was still in my tummy and he was still going, and we were doing good. He was healthy, he was strong, and I was like, that's a perfect name for him. And so, of course, I had given that name to him, and he still lives up to that name to this day. I'm very, very proud of him. He is an amazing child. He's very loving, very friendly, very supportive. He'll give you anything. He'll give a stranger anything. Like, he's just the most loving, most precious, most, like, I call him like the boy version of myself. He reminds me so much of me on an emotional and characteristic type level. But yeah, he's a loving child. You can't help but to love him. It's always said that when people meet my third child, when he meets people, he doesn't meet them, they meet him. And I can say that that's true, because once you meet him, I promise you'll never forget him. He's amazing. Anyways, moving on. My fourth child, female, I gave birth to her 2 years later. And pregnancy with her started off like really crazy. Like, the whole pregnancy physically was a very healthy one. Didn't really have any complications or struggles or anything like that for the most part. Everything with her went well. My last week of pregnancy with her is when things kind of got rocky. I started having health scare. I ended up with a really, really bad kidney infection. Really, really bad fevers, really high temperature fevers. Feeling extremely cold though, really bad chills. Oh my gosh, it was horrible. Extreme pain, barely being able to walk, like hot flashes, chill, like the whole nine. It was horrible. Ended up going into the hospital. Baby's heart rate kept dropping. Long story short, they ended up inducing me. She refused to be born early, so around about the third day of trying to induce, she finally decided to come. Anyways, getting her here was cool. If I'm being honest, I don't really remember much. I was on, medication. I'll say having her here has been amazing. I don't know how to explain it, you all, but she filled a void in me that I didn't think would ever be able to be filled. I don't know if this will make sense to any of you all out there, but my third child that I had become pregnant with, the one that I lost before my third born, My pregnancy with her was really rocky, really stressful. And of course, I ended up losing her due to stress. And I was a wreck. I was an emotional wreck. I was lost. I was broken. I was hurt. I didn't understand. I wanted her so bad. And so giving birth to this fourth child, I don't know how, but it's like it filled that void for me. It's like I almost felt as if I had been given my baby back, you know? I don't know if it's because she ended up being the exact same sex that the baby I lost was. I don't know what it was, but that hole ended up being repaired for me. Like that pain, it went away. Anyways, she's an amazing young lady. I am so crazy about her. She's 13. And man, she's like a mini me. But what I'm noticing is that she's a great mix of the softer and more aggressive side of me. So I'll say both the feminine and masculine sides of myself. But right now, she expresses way more of the masculine side, which is understandable. I've been expressing more of my masculine side here lately due to the things that I've gone through and am currently ending. But of course, we'll get into more of that later on down the line. She helps me to see a lot of myself in terms of things that I want to change, things that I don't want to continue to pass down to her. I'm realizing that a lot of my like I said, aggressive side, masculine side, is very, 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 very prevalent in her. And I want to change that because that means that that is mostly what she's seeing in me. And that's not me. It's not who I originally am. I am originally a very soft and loving and kind and fragile and sensitive person. And when it comes to raising my young ladies, that's exactly what I want to instill in them. Of course, I want them to be strong and I want them to be firm and I want them to know how to set boundaries and things of that nature. But I want them to express more of the softer side of themselves and not always feel like they have to be in survival mode, which is where the aggression comes from. So with her, she helps me to see the things within myself that I want to change for the better. That I want to improve on. And so I am currently working on those things so that I can teach my young lady how to model that behavior. Yeah. So for right now, because I don't want to make this video too long, I'm going to leave things there with you all. For those who decided to come back, I really appreciate you. I love you. And thank you. I hope that you all continue on this journey with me as I continue to make daily entries in this video diary. Again, this is just me allowing you all to get to know me and who I am and what Darash Israel is all about and how I became who I am today. We will definitely dive deeper into the purpose for me making this video in the first place, or starting this video diary in the first place. Again, as I was saying, thank you all who chose to come back and continue to learn of me and my story and get to know me. And for those of you who are joining, thank you as well. And I hope you continue to come back. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If so, you all please like and share, subscribe. For those of you who end up falling off, I still appreciate you and I still thank you. And I wish you all well as you move on from here. I'm sending you all love, peace, and light. I hope you all return it back. See you all later. Goodbye.